It's kind of running slow. Okay, yeah, it's taking a lot out of the computer. Well, this is definitely not going to be something I'm going to be doing on a regular basis. There we go. Oh, hey, already got someone saying hi. Already got someone tuning in. Already got someone tuning in. I will be checking that every now and then. The live chat, remember to... Oh, yeah. Duh. YouTube's trying to remind me how to do live chats. I know how to do this. Kind of. Somewhat. Every now and then. Okay. So the computer's running a little slow. So... don't know how many of these I'm going to be able to do and have rendering at the same time, but... you know, see what we can do. I'm good. I'm good. I'm real good. I'm doing real good. Had kind of a half day off. Had light work to do today. Only a little bit of voiceover. One of them was really just a pickup line. So pretty easy going. Pretty easy going today. CQ2, the Samsung CQ2 2U. I don't know which one that one is off the top of my head. Let me actually look that up. Samsung CQ2. Am I saying that right? Is that the one? That's the one. Oh, Q2U. What is CQU? Why do I keep saying that? 2U. Boom. Oh, that's the handheld? Let me see. Have you ever used that? I may know some people who've used this. Yeah, I think I know some people that use that mic. Is that the one? Is that the one? I don't know if you can see that. Probably can't see that. But I do know some people who've used it. It's good, but it has a dynamic kind of flat sound. It's not crisp and clean, so definitely not for voiceover. But if you're using it for doing gaming, just talking head, let's plays, you know, you could probably work pretty fine. I don't know of many issues that there might be with it, but Samsung's a good company. Samsung's a good company.
Hey guys, FunnyGuyTimmy here for a quick video talking about... Hey guys, FunnyGuyTimmy.
Okay, yeah. Cut that. Be rip. Get rid of that. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's many cuts. Yeah, I'd say yeah. Yeah, pretty much any Samsung mic is gonna be better than like those ones. They're not the highest quality. They're more like what is it? It's consumer grade. They're a really good consumer grade company. They do really good consumer grade stuff. Boo. Boop. Come on, there we go. I don't know. This is just running so slow. Computer doesn't normally run this slow, but trying to do a live stream is kind of killing it. Let's see. Boo. Yeah, I know. I'm not even on the internet. Are you just telling me stuff from earlier? Yeah, way better. Okay. Even though I have the presets, I still like to check. Yeah. Samsung mics. There is a Samsung lavalier system that like hooks into your phone that I've been dying to try. I know a few people who've used it, but I think it only plugs into the phone. I'm not sure, but that's one I've been like dying to try because I was like, they do lavaliers? See, is that a repeat? Okay, so that's it right there. Boop. Cut. Come on. There we go. All right. Okay. So I think that's it for the basic editing. So now I'm going to add some tracks. Boop. I think one more. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to go over here. And because I've grouped these together, I can just copy the whole thing and then just drop it in. And then I still got to make adjustments, but for the most part, that's basically it. Okay, man. Get over here. There you go. And boom. So the intro starts, and it comes in right before I start talking. That's how I do that every time. I don't know. This might be the one I post for tomorrow. It's not a big gap. Alright, so now, come in. Nope, that's not it. There we go. Boop. Copy that. 2 people chatting. Well, 2 people watching, chatting. Come over here. And drop. Yeah. Okay. So this one I'd like to come in like right at the end of the word peace, or later, or whatever it is I say at the time. So that's the subscribe in card. Delete that one. Move this over. Close. And then this one is what used to be the Patreon. No. No. There we go. Boop-a-doo. 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 What were you planning on using that microphone for, by the way? Just want to ask. Because like I've said many times, like each microphone has like a different purpose. Is it different? What the hell is this? Oh. Why did it zoom in all the way over here? That was dumb. Okay, so that's all good. Alright, so now I just need to go through and make sure there are no more long pauses. And then this one's done. Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of that. Yeah, it's a little too sharp. Give it a little bit of breathing room. Definitely don't want that. That's better. Oh, close this. Maybe that's... Is that taking up resources? No, it's not it. Okay. A long pause. That's fine. Okay. Alright, so I feel like this one's geared. End card is fine. Intro is fine. Don't need to set any volume. Alright, so. Shrink. 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 Shrink-a-dink. Hey, how's it going? Hey, Dark. Is that Dark Mew? Like Mewtwo? Is that what that is? Dark Mew 64? Was there really that many taken? Is there really that many Dark Mews? I'm so lucky that I got one that got a name that didn't have a number. I mean, not like anyone else would take this. I mean, it's pretty much a dumb name. But, you know, I lucked out that way. All right, so let's find... I don't know. So this one's about resumes. How to make a resume. So what face that I make speaks to resumes? It's kind of a dumb face. I actually kind of like that derpy face. That's what we're going with. We're going with that one. All right. And now, whoa. I want that looped. So I'm going to, actually I should have saved this a long time ago. Why am I doing it in all caps? Okay. Now we are going to render. We're going to render as. Boop, 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 boop. What we are going to render this as. Why is it taking so long? Cool. Render, cool story, bro. Shrink this. Huh. And bring up a new blank. Oh! Alright, so that one, that project that I have right there, Heartwarming, that was from before. I have that one up because I just copy and paste the end cards to make it easier. So I pull up like a small project from before that had the end cards, and I just copy that and move that into the new projects. Alright, so let's just drop it and figure out what it is once I pull it in here. Come on. Boop. Alright. Pull this up. No. Mouse is freaking out on me. Alright, so open up these. Load up presets. I think someone asked before, how do I decide my presets? Well, that's basically just, me pulling up these 3 common tools, these common plugins, and tinkering with them, trying to work with the colors and the contrast and the lighting to try to get the best image. And then when I have something that I like, I basically save them as presets. Then, once I have, something that looks good over here, then I save them as presets. And if I go in and then, I'm like, well, let's kind of change that, and then I'll change it a little bit, and then I'll just click save, and it saves the preset. So this is basically, me tinkering with these settings for a long period of time, over time, and then saving them as I've gone on, and they've developed and looked better as time went on. That's basically it for that one. Why was I speaking so quiet? That was your nickname, Dark Mew? Kind of a cool nickname. Yeah, who gave you that? Was it a nickname or was it an alias? Was it like cops were coming at you? What's your name? They call me Dark Mew. No, what's your real name? I ain't telling you shit. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to be cutting out a lot of excess in this one. It's a lot of pauses. The reason there's a lot of pauses is because the pauses are me trying to not say which apparently people had a lot of problems with. So now instead of saying I pause. Pause and think about what I'm going to say. Which realistically is a better way of doing it. Mosquito. Okay, I don't like that cut. Boop. Boop. What was this video about? See, I record these videos and I don't tag them, so I don't remember what it was I was saying until I listen back to it. Okay. That's what it was. Okay. Stop capitalizing everything. Okay. Boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo, boop-a-doo. Man, I really wish this was running smoother. No idea what's slowing it down. Oh, probably this. Probably don't need this up. Close that. Because I got to pull that up over here. So maybe that'll help. Seems like it's done a little bit of help. Maybe. Maybe it is. Everybody played Pokemon back in the day. Everybody. That's kind of a weird pause. Okay. All right. Okay, I don't think the pauses in this are really all that big a deal, so... Well, that one's kind of big. It's kind of a big pause. Cut out that one, I guess. Okay. Alrighty. So now we add more tracks, more layers. Shrink that. Boop. Boop. And yeah. Okay. I go back here. Copy. Pathed. Group that together. Most of my editing is done visually based on the audio waves. How's it going? It's going pretty good. It is going pretty good. I am mostly just chilling today. Mostly just chilling. Like I said earlier, I did 2 voiceover projects, but not that big. I mean, one of them just took a while just because the client wanted them all separate files and I have to name them according to what's being said in it. And like, it doesn't take me that long to record, but it takes me a while to like name all the files and save them separately. So that's really the only daunting task. And then I think tomorrow I have one project. Thus far. I might have another one. I was talking to a client when I woke up who was wanting some Christopher Walken stuff. And so I sent him, a quote and asked him some more questions. I'm still waiting on his response. So other than that, it's a pretty light day. Most of the work comes in Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. A little bit on Thursday, and normally like Saturday and Sunday, it's pretty much nothing. It's normally like me just getting caught up if I'm not caught up already. But other than that, it's pretty chill. Pretty chill. So I can shrink these. I don't need those. Got that all synced up. Oh, excuse me. Oh, that's reprehensible. That's disgraceful. And normally I move these markers or keys over, those keyframes over, just in case if I do some editing and I move this stuff over, it's not gonna all of a sudden mess it up. So this one's the Patreon, which isn't Patreon. I wish I could rename that. I don't think I can. And in card. Boop. Now these are actually some small or lighter projects because these are mostly just my talking head vlogs. So for the most part, all I do is I trim the ends, I cut out some nonsense in the middle, and then I just add the do the color correcting and all that, and then I add the end cards, and then that's basically it. And then I just find a good frame for the thumbnail. But for the majority of like my doing like microphone reviews, normally I add a lot more there because I like to, you know, put some prompts on the screen if I'm doing like you know, like if it's silent and I'm, you know, it's getting close to, I'll put like the countdown or whatever, or I'll put the microphone's name on the screen, or I'll add any corrections that I need to add to it. But for the most part, yeah, that's pretty much it. The part that takes the longest is the rendering. Yeah, it's only 9%. Because these are actually kind of large projects. But that is it. Let me find a frame. Now, normally, you know, what you should do is actually take a snapshot or a screen, take an actual photo for the thumbnail. But I used to do that, but I wouldn't. What I would do is I would just take the photos, and I do these in bulk, so I would always forget to name the photos. And so when I'd go to the photos, I forget which one's for what. So I just have a whole bunch of photos that I'm like, well, I mean, that face and that smile could be for anything. And so I wouldn't use it. And I'd rather just find, you know, a frame that actually basically represents what the video was about as best as I can, and then edit it that way. Sometimes it turns out okay, sometimes it doesn't. Maybe later in the future I'll do a better job at that. I don't like the bottom lip. I don't like the bottom lip. So this video, I don't know if you can read up there on the top, but it's about using broadcast rights in Fiverr. This is technically a video I should have done a long time ago, but just didn't for whatever reason. So I finally did a video about it, and hopefully it helps some people. That's a good one. That's a good one right there. No. But fair. I put icon because it takes less time than saying like thumbnail. Okay, so go ahead and start rendering this. Let's start rendering this. And this is actually slowing down my computer, so I may actually just end up stopping this right now. Oh yeah, that one was a good one. That one. Okay, so I don't know who I said this. Someone said that my thumbnails have been turning out really good, and they really like the yelling one, which is good because I put a lot of time into that one. So basically, my rule of thumb is now the length of time it takes me to edit the video is the length of time it should take me to make a thumbnail. That's basically my rule of thumb now. So, you know, that video took me a little while to edit, so I was like, I'm going to put some more time into making this thumbnail. So that's kind of my rule now, is, you know, take more time to edit a thumbnail. So, I may have to end this because this is taking a while to render. It's going to take 2 hours. And this one is going to take a while to render. And all that's just because I'm just running the live stream at the same time. But yeah, actually I might go ahead and start editing one and then just save it and not render it until the other ones are done. Because I don't think that's what's taking up all the time. Oh, my spine. My spinacle. My spinesies. And all for all my Adobe friends out there, yes, I know Adobe is better. No, I don't care. There actually are a couple videos on my YouTube channel that I actually edited using Adobe when I was trying to like learn Adobe. And those, I don't know which ones those are, but you might be able to find them. They have they're the most grainy and pixelated looking. I don't know which ones those are. And they weren't that long ago, when they're kind of like pixelated and grainy. And I'm like, I guess I rendered it wrong. And there was a lot of features on Adobe that I couldn't figure out. So I just, I did a lot of shortcuts on it. So I was like, well, until I learn it, I'm not going to be posting any more any more videos out there until I really, really get to learning on it. What the hell is this one? Boop. Yes. Get some water. So how are y'all doing? Y'all doing good? Y'all doing good? How long have I been live streaming? Does this tell me? It does not tell me. It's probably been for like 30 minutes. Can you pause a live stream? Can you pause one? Or do you just have to stop it? You could pause it. Just put like a little intermission in there or something like that. I think you just have to kill it. Come on. You'll take it forever. Always normalize. Oh yeah, that one's gonna have lots of cuts in here. What is this one? Okay. I think I know what this one's about. I think this one's naming your voices. I think that's what this one was. Basically, the idea is when you create an original voice or original character, even though nothing's really original under the sun, the idea is to give the characters names. So it's easier for you to pull from your memory, pull from your mental Rolodex. Oh, this character right here. Oh no, not that one. It's like this character right here, whatever their name is, would be perfect for this. With the perfect voice for this. Perfect character for this. That's just what I think. That's kind of a sum up of what this video would be about. But again, no full spoilers. Okay. Boop. Already looks better. Okay, so. All right, let's get rid of that. A little gag at the beginning. That's a keeper. Oh, I am so sorry. I had pancakes and now I think I'm dying. No. There we go. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Go back here. I should probably do a video on how to make good thumbnails now that I'm actually getting better at it. Good Lord, stomach. What is wrong with you? What the hell is up with that shit? I fed you. What is your problem? There we go. Alrighty. That's all linked up. A whole crap ton of editing here. Do I train voices for movies and games? If you mean, do I do coaching? I do coaching. I do voiceover coaching, and most of what I cover is the basics of voiceover in general. I teach a lot about my experiences with Fiverr and how to do it right and how to not get taken advantage. And a lot of what I personally do is for video games. I don't do that many like movies. I mean, there are a few independent films that I've done voiceover for. There are a few student films that I've done voiceover for. So, you know, if someone came to me for coaching and that was what they were into, I would share everything that I have. I would help them in whatever way that I could. You know, first we'd talk about like, what are your goals? You know, what are your objectives? You know, what is that you're looking for, and how can I help? That's basically what the gist of it would be. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna cut that one. Boop. I don't know. Alright, this is freezing up a lot. Definitely gonna have to end this immediately after this one. Just do some highlights. Now, you guys are witnesses that I have not changed the pitch or anything on this one, because I think someone was wondering if I did that for like the videos when I do like behind the scenes, and I do like voiceover for Cartoon Hooligans. They're like, did you edit the pitch in the video? And I was like, no, that was just raw. That was just raw audio. I really should have written this down, because I feel like I just made a whole butt ton of mistakes. I don't write these down. I don't write this stuff. Okay, what's this one? Okay. That's what we'll go with. Boop. Cut. Kit. Cut. Okay. Oh, there's a huge gap right here. What the hell is this? Did I start over again? I did start over again. Holy crap. What a giant mistake I made. Alright. Okay. Gap here. Okay, so that's fine. That's just me catching my breath. Okay. Shrink this, shrink this, shrink this. Alright. Because, oh, your Venom. Ah, see like the Venom on Cartoon Hooligans? That one, okay, so at first, it was a funny story. Originally, I think his name was Brian. I think the guy from Cartoon Hooligans. I'm not positive. I just know him as a Cartoon Hooligans guy. I have his name somewhere, but we've never talked in person. We've never had anything other than just a professional relationship, so I don't know his first name. But I think originally I wasn't supposed to do the Venom voice or the Venom character. I don't know what happened, but I think he approached me for a different character in that, or a different character at some point in time, and I did Venom at some point in time, or something like that. But eventually he was like, hey, because I think John Bailey is kind kind of this isn't anything against John Bailey, but I think John Bailey, who is like the epic trailer voice guy, he's a great voice actor. I've gotten to talk to him in person. He's a great guy, but I think he's kind of backed away from Cartoon Hooligans a bit. And so there's a lot of roles that he used to have with them that I've kind of picked up. And at first I felt like really bad. I was like, am I taking this away from John Bailey? But it was like Superman, Batman, a lot of like the Captain America, a lot of the more manly characters. I think he still comes in every now and then, but I just haven't heard him in forever. But so I offered to do Venom, and I asked him, I was like, hey, are you looking for the Venom from like more like the recent movie? And he was like, that would be cool. I was like, can you do that? And I was like, oh, I can totally do that. And so so I sent him like a sample, like a quick sample, and he was like, oh, that'd be perfect. And so then I got the role of Venom with them, which was really cool. But yeah, I kind of lobby for it, I guess, kind of like negotiate with him for that role, because I don't normally get those roles, and it's just not normally the roles that I get. I think that's happened a couple other times. I think there was one of the. Okay, I think there's like a video where it's like a mashup of the Justice League and Dragon Ball Z. It's kind of a mash of them. I think like some kind of crossover kind of thing. And I think originally he was going to give Piccolo to someone else. I think he was looking for a Piccolo. And I was like, please let me do Piccolo. I was like, please let me try my hand at Piccolo. Like, at least give me this shot. I wasn't confident that I can do it, but I wanted to try. It's a kind of voice that I don't get to try. And they was like, okay. So again, he gave me the chance to like basically audition for it. And so there's basically two groups or two companies that did Dragon Ball Z back in the day that I'm used to, and one of them was obviously Funimation, which is the American dub, and then there was Oceans, which is the Canadian dub. And the guy who did the Canadian, the Oceans Piccolo, he also did Wolverine a lot. Very well known for doing Wolverine. And his take on Piccolo was kind of a Wolverine. So that was kind of my version of Piccolo. I was kind of going for that one, kind of channeling that. But yeah, every now and then I get to like go for roles that I don't normally get in other places. People don't normally listen to my voice and go, yeah, he's probably a big tough guy. So it's a cool thing about voiceover. So I don't normally get. I would never be cast as that. I would physically, I'd never be cast as any of those characters. But doing voiceover, that's not it. But doing voiceover, like if you can pull it off, you can get cast as it. What am I looking for? This one. Oh, no. I need the end card. That's what I need. Boo. Okay. Paste. Oh. That hurt good. So here. No. Don't do that. I think that's good. Wait, what's the last thing I say here? Do I not do any kind? Yeah, that's it. I don't do any kind of piece or later or anything like that. Just ends. Just ends. Okay, me from the past. You weirdo. I do have to say about the Venom voice, though. It actually was very difficult on me. Is in order for you to do like that kind of like really deep voice, you have to intake a lot of air. So you have to take in a lot. So I was actually hyperventilating. I mean, I think on the behind the scenes you get to see it. Which, speaking of which, I have a long version of the behind the scenes that went to Patreon, which I don't have anymore because that was just not. There's no one there, and I kept uploading videos, and I'm like, oh, the regular subscribers would love to see this. But, you know, there's only like, I think in total, in the entire like year and a half, I think I had Patreon or something like that. It was like 2 people. And I posted it like all over the place. So after a while, I was like, yeah, let's just forego the Patreon. And so I need to upload those videos, the full length behind the scenes kind of stuff, because those were fun. Those are cool. Kind of like this kind of stuff. Except for this is, I think, a little bit more boring. A lot of ripple here. I think someone was trying to dog me, and instead of spelling people, they spelled ripple. So I was like, what does he mean there's a lot of ripple here? Is that an insult on my weight? I mean, if it was an insult on my weight, I mean, okay. But I mean, just kind of failed. Kind of failed. Just a little bit. Oh, shit. Wait. No, that's the right one. Yeah, it's the right one. Okay. Yeah, there's not a lot of people here because I didn't really advertise it too much, and it's kind of late at night. This is very much impromptu, which is actually what it says in the description. So, this was just if anyone wanted to Q&A. How's that? Save as... What was it? No, why not put a period? Don't put a period. Okay, so... If you were trying to insult me, like, that would have been fine. It would have been totally fine. I mean, a live stream is just open commentary. Like, I used to, I don't know. I used to feel really, really bad when people would, like, insult me on YouTube, but now it's like the anything that's like a critique or any kind of, I guess, attack, maybe, is kind of doesn't. My only thing is if someone is going to, like, make fun of me or attack me, I want it to be clever. I want it to be funny. I want effort put behind it. When someone just says, like, F you, I'm like, you're not even worth my time. But if someone like really, like, there's a couple people that started calling me Chubby Guy Timmy, and it started getting passed around, like, really quickly, and I was like, you know what? That's a good one. That's funny. That might be the face. See if I do any weird hand movement. That's such a weird face. I have to make that face to do that voice, but that's such a weird face. I don't know. It's kind of... Okay, I'm going to save it, but I'm also going to look for another one. That was kind of weird and creepy. Boo. Doesn't matter if it's not spelled correctly necessarily. Every time I do these, every time I do, like, a live stream, it's always Christopher Walken. Why is Christopher Walken still so famous? Is it just because he's so unique? Is that it? I've never met another. I've never heard of or ever, done. There's not another impression that I do where people want a Christopher Walken. I mean, there's not another impression that I do where people just can't get enough of it. It's always the Christopher Walken. I'll probably close this out by doing some Christopher Walken. Just quickly trying to find one more voice or one more photo or face. It has some weird ass looking face right there. It's kind of an Elvis. That looked like a Peter Griffin. That one looked like it just got punched. I don't know. It's just creepy when I look into the camera like that. You know what? I'm thinking about it, and I may combine the two. I may just have like that other one with the big weird face, like in the background. That's yeah, it's a good point. I mean, the Christopher Walken is like the one that I've been working the most on. It's the impression that I spent the most time on, like legitimately. I spent probably like 2 years working on it before I ever like got to a point where I was like, okay, this is good. I can do this. So, I'm going to go ahead and start the rendering process on this, and then I'll close out with some Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken. Did you expect him to say with like an A? He's just a lunatic. There we go. All right, so that's rendering. All right, let's see if there's any more questions. Any other things before I head out? First of all, thank you. I'm glad that you like the Christopher Walken. I mean, right out of the bat, I'm glad people have like enjoyed it. I mean, there are worse people to, you know, ride the coattails of or you know, do impression of and get famous. True. Okay. I'd really like to. I would really like to interview people. Is there any way to record something like that? That sounds well and is cheap. Okay, are we talking microphone? Are we talking microphone here? I'm sorry, are we talking microphone here? If we're talking programs, I mean, Zoom is a good one. It's really good. It gives you a lot of options. Because when you use Skype, it's pretty much just one large face and a tiny face. But in Zoom, you can have the two side by side. But if we're talking microphones, it depends on what you have to work with. What's your budget? I mean, for the most part, you can get any kind of USB mic and work your way up. If you're willing to put in some extra cash right at the front, I have tons of suggestions. But I would say a good, solid starter mic for doing stuff like that would probably be the Samsung CO1U Pro. It has a headphone jack for live monitoring, and it's probably within $40 to $70. It's like half the price of the AT2020 USB. So it's a good mic. And then just get Zoom and a screen recorder like Action and record that way. Those are probably some pretty good options. All right, let's see what else we got. Should I use USB mic? I just answered that one. USBs, see, for starting out, USBs are not terrible. I actually did a video where I ranted for a long time talking about USB mics. Not really like talking about USB mics, but talking like professionals' opinions on USB mics. And there was a lot of people just really shitting on USB mics and shitting on anything that was like lower than like $300 mics. And I was like, the insanity and the audacity of that kind of statement. Just because you can afford something more, you know, just because they can afford something more, rather, doesn't mean that you can afford something more. You really need to just put in the time and energy and work your way up. You don't need to like spend everything all at the beginning, especially when you don't know how to use it. If you don't know how to use it, buy the cheaper stuff, because that's at the level in which your skill level is at. I mean, basically buy the mic that fits according to your skill level. And then as you move up, you'll move up in both gear, experience, technique, software, and you'll make more money as you move up. Because if you get a really, really good mic, here's the problem with getting a really, really good mic, and you have no training and you don't know how to edit. Basically, the really, really good mic, the high quality mic, like if it's in several $100s to like $1,000, is basically just going to show off your inexperience more. It's really just going to show people how much more noise there is and how it's going to showcase, you know, a lack of proper editing skill. So now what I'm saying is don't spend that money unless you're ready for that kind of microphone. You will want to upgrade to that at some point in time. But if you're like amateur or entry level, buy an amateur or entry level microphone and work your way up. Hopefully you still have a day job and you keep that until you can make money, whether it's through doing interviews, let's plays, voice acting, whatever. You know, have that slowly build money. Basically the idea is keep a day job, and whatever money you make from doing that hobby, voice acting, let's playing, interviewing, save that money, and then that money that you get from doing that hobby or that career path, that should pay your way forwards. And then at a point, once you have the affordable gear that's pretty much competitive with the industry, you can basically stop putting money into it. And then at that point, you can basically start keeping that revenue for other things. You know, if you get to a point where you're making enough money that you can actually live off of, then start weeding out the day job. Maybe go to part-time or, you know, reduce the hours. Try to keep it, especially if you're new to whatever the hobby is. Keep that, and, you know, until the day job actually conflicts with making more money at doing voiceover, which is basically what I did here. Basically, that's the idea. Have I used Audacity? I use Audacity a lot. That is my main go-to program just because I'm so fluent in it. I do have other programs. I just don't use them. For most client work, I know that I can get a project in and out in less rendering time right to them immediately. And I kind of like the cleanup tool a little bit better on Audacity. I don't know why, but things like Adobe Audition, I just don't like the tools as much. They're a little bit more finicky, and they seem to have a little bit more error in them, at least to me. Maybe it's the way I'm using it. I don't know. Again, probably need to just practice a little bit more. But when it comes to Audacity, I'm just really fast with it, so I use Audacity quite a lot. So, yeah, this has been going on for hours, so I'm probably going to cut this right here. Maybe do a little sign out with Christopher Walken. Oh, I'm so sorry. So, thank you guys for watching. This is a little behind the scenes of my video editing process. I record in bulk, and then I edit in bulk, and then I upload in bulk, and then I have them kind of post every now and then, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So if you're looking for these videos, that's when to check out what's coming up. And I try to keep you guys posted if there's something really exciting. But for the most part, it's just vlogs. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. And holy crap, there's more questions. Oh, thanks. And use Premiere Pro for your audio editing? Really? Premiere Pro? Not Audition? I mean, not, yeah, Adobe Audition? That's weird. Anyway, that threw me for a loop. I didn't know. Well, I guess they are kind of more or less the same tools. Just some have more features, so I guess they would have kind of like the same presets. Is that basically it? Okay. All right. Yeah. Huh. I just hadn't thought of using the video program for doing the voiceover. Maybe I should try that. Maybe that's it. Is that what's going on? Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, thank you guys for watching, and keep an eye out for these videos. And until next time, peace.